straight up into it. Let's go do Gungeon. Shambling around again? Wow. Okay. Hold on, I gotta close the door. How's your suit, baby? You put on some socks? Are you lying to me? I see the foot. Oof. Alright. Let's do this. We're playing as Paradox. I guess we could see what we want. See what we got, but ow! Casey, ammo synthesizer, and the convict starting weapon. So we got 2 curse right out the gate. It's pretty good. Casey is also an amazing early weapon if you're willing to be a little risky dingo, which I of course am at this point. It would make no sense for me to not have taken the time to learn to get decent with it. Having two infinite ammo weapons is kind of weird, though. It kind of means that our ammo synthesizer is essentially bupkis, as they say. It's not doing us any good, but it'll still be there for later. And it also, this kind of means that the boss is going to be a little potentially tricky. So basically, you're just going to have the 5-shot budget revolver as our main thing, our main source of damage. Not the greatest way to deal with stuff. We can try to get in, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of a risk. Maybe if we get the Gatling Gull. Trigger Twins, we absolutely will not want to be trying to do that. There's some moments on the Bullet Lord. The name of this stream is Internet Bad, because I was playing Final Fantasy 14 for my my group that meets, and what? And the connection was just terrible. It was like super laggy, and it was not just me. It was everyone that had Comcast. Was having a pretty god-awful experience. And, I've talked about it plenty of times before, but the telecoms industry in this country is a fucking sham. Like, everything that gets privatized, there's this idea that, like, the market will do what's best. Eventually the market will have to behave in a way that's the most decent, right? And it's horseshit. The market only wants one thing, and that's profit for the shareholders. Like, there aren't enough people in the world complaining about things like Comcast and whatever to fix it. It's an unfixable problem. You can't. Something that you need, like the internet, is in the hands of people who are only there to maximize profits. They want to eliminate all competition. They want to do as little as possible, and they're willing to sacrifice the quality of their product if it saves them money. Because of course they are. Like, why would they work harder and allow competition if it's not going to benefit them in any way? It actually doesn't make any sense for them to do what's best for the customer. And that's never been more obvious than the state of telecoms. Like, there's a there's a company doing gigabit internet out here that should be able to. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ. Should be able to compete with Comcast, but of course it can't, because Comcast has a stranglehold on their ability to put out more fiber optic lines, they basically do everything in their power to disallow this other company from building their fiber optic network, which is all it would take for the competition to exist. But, you know, competition means potentially lost profits. So they're not going to do that. They're going to just kind of keep things as is. And every other company in their shoes would do exactly the same, because that's kind of the point. Yes. Oh wow, I'm glad I had enough. I didn't actually check. Okay. Well, okay. Glad we found it, but doesn't do much for us. We don't need to. We don't have anything really worthwhile to sell, so we're just gonna take our one casing and open one of these cheaper shops. Wish I'd done that first, but I couldn't have. All right, well, ready to keep moving. Smiley's revolver. Wait, is it Smiley? Yeah, it's Smiley's. Shades is lock and run. Smiley's revolver is actually a good weapon. It's kind of hard to use it if you have anything else. Yeah, basically, today I decreased my internet. I've been paying like $140 a month to get unlimited, 250 megabyte or gigabyte internet, because there's a data cap out here. Apparently, it's not the case everywhere, but in Washington State or in this area or whatever, Comcast is allowed to put on an arbitrary data cap. They have it set to 1,024 gigabytes a month. I just checked our data usage, and it's at about 800 something a month. I think we put the unlimited on when Nate was still roommating with us, so we don't really need it anymore. I believe we can stay under, as long as we are at least a little bit attentive to our data usage. But it's just such a shame, dude. Like, that they can get away with being so consistently shitty. Like, whoa. Come on. Was I under that poison? That was fucking weird. But yeah, I mean, I've talked about the telecoms in this country plenty. I mean, the whole net neutrality thing was a huge fucking issue. And like the people that like claim to be like anti-government, like keep your hands out of my whatever, that don't want to treat the internet as a utility are fucking insane. Like, it doesn't make any sense, because it's like, part of the oh my god, my throat. Part of the like profit making for the country. It's part of the like having. It's a security issue. It's a ton of things that like you can make the argument for why privatizing the internet is actually bad for the average person. And people that claim the opposite, like, well, I don't want to be stuck with the government. We saw how bad the government's webpage was, yada, 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 yada. It's because they're playing off of the systems controlled by their other people. Like, I don't know. The internet is at this point, is a fucking right, It's not something that people should have to shop around to get. The same with healthcare. It's a a fundamental aspect of living currently. Oh my god, stop. Whoa. God damn it. Get out of here. Alright, big boy right here. He's gone. Got one of them down. Ugh, that was a terrible dodge. Eventually I had to fuck one of those up. Got a lot of lucky dodges on this room in particular. Those guys can produce so many bullets so quickly. It's always a fucking gun muncher. Ooh, that was close. Big boy right here. No, right here. Wow, close shit. Man, I started playing Hades yesterday, and that is a freaking great roguelike. It always takes me a while to get into any any new roguelite for obvious reasons. One, there's like a big, you know, you always start kind of behind the learning curve in new roguelites. It's a lot of it has to do with like how well you know the enemies and how well you know this stuff. But the beginning stages of Hades are fucking amazingly well put together, and they feel really good. I opened, I think, 2 new weapons. I played for like 2.5 hours or something, and they feel totally different. I got the bow, which feels a little like too powerful. Kind of feels like how the bullet is in this game. I did get to a boss that was a little bit more problematic with the bow, but I managed to take out 2 bosses without much of a problem by using it. So I kind of don't want to get too used to using the bow, and then end up kind of relying on it. But maybe it'll just be fun to like kind of use it for a while to open up more stuff, let the game have a little bit more variety. A or J, A or J. Hey. Right. Now we just need keys to start dropping. That was really terrible. Just walked into that bullet. Sometimes they just don't move the way you expect them to. Of course. Well, that's good because we're only going to get 1 key. Well, we're going to get 2 keys, but we're going to get 1 key that we can really use. Because the other one's going to be used on the thing there. Oh! Not exactly true. Okay. Well. Yuck. I guess we'll get both of these and then keep going. Hey, Kyle, what's up? How you doing? What a sad piece of shit. What was this energy? Proton backpack? Yeah. Man, I can't imagine going from the freeform life you had to a 9 to 5. It seems like it's gotta be exhausting. Such a big shift. How far of a commute is it? Dude, commutes suck. Dude, that's awful. Man. 3 hours a day spent just getting to and from work. That's balls, dude. The South is too fucking spread out. When I went back, the last time Jackie and I went to visit my family in South Carolina, I like had I had to be reminded of just how spread out like literally everything is down there. It's god awful. It took us like 30 minutes to get to like a Walmart, and that was kind of, you know, the thing to do. And, you know, there wasn't anything else really nearby otherwise for us to do. Everything kind of started at the Walmart and then spread outward. Ooh, that was close. Couldn't even see myself there. We parked it in the wrong place for this job? What do you mean? You parked what? Oh, yeah. Parked it your butts. Your lives. Yeah, you can't make that decision. But it's like close to where Hannah works, right? So that's great for half of the two of you. I kind of thought you guys decided on it based on her job. Well, that's a thing that's eventually fixable. It doesn't have to be forever. And in the meantime, you can just... Do you guys drive separately? You have 2 cars? Or are you like taking the bus or something? Dang. Oh, dang. 2 cars, yeah, that's good. Here's my suggestion, and I know it's going to be a lame one, but I don't have much of a commute, but the best thing you can do is get something like Audible and at least make your commute as enjoyable as possible. I've listened to so many audiobooks. I feel so much better about kind of the stupid amount of time. Like, I don't spend a ton of time in my car, but I do spend some time in my car. And it's at least makes the time feel, oh god, feel a little pleasant. To have something that feels like growth, not just empty radio chatter or even podcasts start to wear off after a while. It just feels like nothing. You don't feel any, oh fuck, wow, any personal growth or development. Yeah, I like NPR a lot. Even that though, it's still like not having control over it. And podcasts, I guess I was mostly listening to comedy podcasts, but I've kind of felt the same way about them. Like, after a while, it feels too kind of aimless because it's following someone else's trajectory. Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like that's my default state, and that's why I like audiobooks. Like, I realize that I'm paying a lot of visual attention to the road when I'm driving, but I'm not paying a lot of like brain attention to the road. I don't feel like I'm giving up a lot of my brain time, which is great. It's something that I've always hated about driving, was the sense that, like, you have to be fully attentive at all times. Like, and you do still, you still should be attentive, but it's really nice to not feel like that kind of mental exhaustion. My mind kind of gets to go elsewhere. Yeah, it's super easy to get angry on the road. Oh, I don't know what to do about this run. BSG for room clearing is obvious, but yeah, that's exactly it. And I feel like it's perfect because you actually retain a lot. Wait, what am I doing? I tend to retain a lot, it seems like, when my hands are doing something. Like, I like to listen to audiobooks when I'm mowing the lawn, or I'm doing the dishes or driving, things like that, where I'm physically active in some other way. If I just was sitting here doing nothing and had an audiobook going, my mind would wander all over the place. Like, it's really nice to just let the book kind of fill that, oh God, that empty space that my brain needs. I'm having a hard time thinking right now because I don't know what to do about this run. Honestly, with the Tesla, I would not. I mean, I would probably still mind it, but I think I would mind it less with an hour and a half of a drive. Dude, you should get a Tesla. Let it do the driving, put on something enjoyable, and you can even work while it's driving. Get some coding done. We're really thinking about getting Jackie the Model Y. It's cheaper than getting a Model 3 right now. It would only be the 2-wheel drive one, but instead of the 4-wheel drive. But she drives on the interstate on her way to work. If there's no traffic, it's only like a 15-minute drive, but if there is traffic, it could be up to an hour. And if she could have autopilot doing all of that driving every day, I feel like she would not feel so taxed by the getting to and from work. Whoa. I think I just jumped in the pit. People are really thinking that Tesla is going to release the FSD, the full self-driving suite, this year. There's the discussion of like Elon time. Like, he makes these promises that are really, really pretty much. Oh God. Oh. Okay. Well, we can get these two. I want this gun too, though. Dang. Let's just see how the rest of this floor goes before we do any of that. No. That's dumb. Get Ring of Chess Friendship now. Get the ballot now. And get a key. Yeah, I know. I still need keys, though. That's the only thing. Also, what's up? But yeah, I think once the technology for full self-driving is in practical effect once people are seeing it in motion. Oh, that was good. That was a good move there. Once people are using it on the road frequently, it's going to be, there's going to be like a, Jesus Christ, there's going to be an arms race for every company to have something similar on their car. Like, it just doesn't, I'm not saying that Tesla's going to have it perfect out the gate. I think it's very unlikely that, like, day one full self-driving is going to not run into problems. There's a shrine? Oh, this is a... Oh yeah, it is a shrine. I'm gonna actually wait till the boss just out of... No, I'm not. Dude, I don't want to lose this streak being stupid. Let's just wait. We'll still do that by the end of this floor, though. I need to figure out a better system of guns for this floor. But yeah, I think once full self-driving is figured out, period, by anybody, period, it's going to start being like an arms race. Like the autopilot that's currently a part of Tesla vehicles, it's good and it's getting better. The shrine is a familiar shrine. But right now, there are other things that are similar to it, so much that, like, Jackie's car has a driver, like the Nissan has what they call the Pro Pilot Assist. It, like, keeps you in your lane. It basically is like a simplified version of what Teslas do. It's the best familiar space turtle. How's Risk of Rain been? I saw a lot of people playing that recently. Did they release a new update? I want a piece of armor. So we're probably not going to get enough for... Dude... Alright. I've just seen a lot of people playing it recently. I think Squatchy was playing it recently. Yikes. Wow. Lucky. Not lucky. What the hell? What was that? Dude, I make some stupid plays sometimes. I actually felt that dodging that. A lot of those final dodges there felt really good. Well, I guess I just gotta buy keys. Can't afford it. I would love to get the ability to steal. Maybe I should have checked and seen if the secrets had keys. R2-G2 is not wonderful, but not terrible. That's pretty bad there. This run doesn't feel super duper. I usually feel like something happened to put it back in people's mind if I see like 3 or more people in my friends list playing the game. He's not. He's like the worst attack familiar. He's not the worst, but he's like super unreliable. Wow, what a shitty active to get. So now when I reload, he gets a fire. He just doesn't attack as much as he should, and he gets stuck behind walls and stuff way too frequently. This really feels like one of those runs where like everything's just going subpar for no reason. I'm gonna burn through the Phoenix, I guess. God. Ugh. And actually use the BSG for a little bit. I usually save this for later. I guess I can still also save it for later. See, he moves too slowly and is like not aggressive enough. I don't know. I've always had a problem with R2-G2. Like, look at that. Just stop shooting for no reason. Let the guy put a wall between them. What are you talking about, Isaac? I had a lot of runs recently in Isaac where I started with like 19 rate of fire, and it takes 3 floors or so for it to turn into something decent. I've gotten a lot better at Isaac, and I am not feeling the pain of those weaker runs quite as intensely as I used to. I know what I want for this run. All I want, and it's not a big ask, is the iBomb companion app. My phone is my #1 poop companion. It's my #1 for my #2. Oh, now the shambling round starts showing up. Dude, I had 1 shambling round left on my hunt for 6 or 7 runs. Not that I really care about rifles like randomized hunts, but that's a long fucking time. Oh, are you kidding me? I think I almost destroyed that blue chest. Hey, stop being on fire. I don't think I'm even gonna use cluster mine. I don't know why I would. It damages the user. It sometimes does nothing. It's like just overall bad. You do. Oh, okay. Holding on to a key. Get out of your hand. Thank you. Hold on to your heart. If I had scatter shot, I think Corsair would be... It would also be acceptable to just get scatter shot, Corsair. Alright. Ring and chest friendship is starting to pay dividends. Why did they need to make it so that Cluster Mine could hurt you? Why did they do that one thing that made it like the most dangerous item to hold? I just don't get it. Ooh, that's a mimic. Nice. I could use some help. I mean, some health. Could probably use some health. Some help? God damn it. Yo, did R2-G2 actually get stuck behind the door? He's even more worthless than I thought. Actually, I am going to use BSG for this fight because I don't want to deal with his summons. Yikes. No, that's not what I want to do. I don't know why. I just kind of assumed he was going to summon a guy there. Please. Thank you. Alright, now I'm not so worried about the health. Frost Giant is just underwhelming. Alright, whatever. Let's go fight this freebie. We got one. I guess look at these two greens. I'm okay with that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, actually, now that we got flight. Could be good, could be deceptively bad. Oh, I didn't check for any of the secrets. Hey, thanks, Hannah. How are you doing? I actually need to work. I need to wash it and comb it. It actually is getting a little higher, but I haven't washed my hair today, nor have I combed it. So it looks kind of more like shit. Thank you as well, Roddy. Yeah, it's getting up there. I am. That's exactly what I told Jackie. Her work conference was basically church. That sounds god awful. Ah, damn it. I'm looking up at chat. I forgot how in the South everyone is that's another mimic. That's amazing. In the South everyone is basically super comfortable assuming your religiosity. Like, that's something that when I went back annoyed me to no end. People would just be like, all right, everybody, it's time to pray. Oh, we're at a government hearing? Well, get out your Bibles. God, thank you. There are no non-believers in this room. If there are, please strike them dead. Like, we had to have debates about whether or not we should say a prayer at the beginning of class. Like, debates. That they brought in, you know, it had to go to a vote. Like, no, you shouldn't have specifically Christian prayers before class. Are you fucking insane? What about every person that isn't specifically a Christian? Why would we even have to discuss this? Like, the Han. Well, hello. How's your social work been? Do you do a lot of socializing in your social work? Eee, get away. Do you go to, like, high society meetings? I don't know what social workers do. They make sure that poor people are able to live, right? They're basically, like, the hero that every celebrity wishes they were. Dude, look at these fucking bombs just sitting there. Oh, okay. Well, I've definitely had experiences in the South where it was just kind of assumed that everyone in the room was a practicing Christian, because why wouldn't they be? And you know, you just are supposed to go with it. Don't raise a stink about it. That's stupid. They're just trying to, you know, have a good time. There's this like weird kind of passive way of if you have an issue with something and you bring it up, you're not understanding the spirit of what they're doing. It's just for the good of everybody. Like, hey, cool. Sure. I'll be trying to do it. Blobulon Rancher. So I can't shoot walls, right? That was good. Hey! You're here able to speak with your own voice. I like it. It's weird hearing you puppeteer Kyle. That's always what I imagine is happening. He's your ventriloquist dummy. When's the big day? I keep forgetting that that's happening. That's this year, right? Sometime in June or something? Oh, man. She puts it, yeah, and she flaps the lips up and down by opening and closing her hand. I understand. And that somehow makes you type. It puts the hand in my butt or else it gets the hose again. I don't need to go through. Oh, I do need to go through here. Shoot. I don't know. Wallmonger? Yeah. I guess that is what I want. Can you fucking get in here? Fucking idiot. Here we go. You do. Nice. So it's more of a kind of diabetes focused, it seems, your work. You do. Right, let's get some of these freebies. When I was in college, I stayed with this family. The mother was an endocrinologist, and I got what I wanted! I'm so happy. Oh, nice. Man, kidney transplants with the U.S. healthcare system must be insane. Or like organ transplants in general. Just... Ooh, another key. And a sling. Dang, dang, dang. Ding, 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 da dang, dang, ding, ding, da dang, 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 da ding, ding, dang. That's really cool, though. I respect people that are, like, my mom is a nurse. She's always been a part of the medical industry. She's helped a lot of people through a lot of rough times, and I respect her for it. I wish the medical industry in this country wasn't so profit-driven, but it's good to see people like you, like, it's good to see people like you, like, working for the betterment of people more so than the betterment of businesses, you know? Alright, we've got enough keys for everything here. Hypertension, what causes that? Too much salt? I don't know things. No, it's not worth opening. Oh, it's not Queen Gungeonant. Wow, that wasn't worth it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to deal with that one day. I need to really get my sodium levels in check. Man, it's like, I feel like I'm giving up so much. You gotta freaking give up salt, too. I eat sunflower seeds like a fucking fiend. And it's god-awful for me. That is true. I haven't, like, given up Overwatch. I just stopped playing it when I'm not having fun with it. Actually, my stress levels have been probably... have been probably at, like, nearly an all-time low. At least an adulthood low. Because, like, I've been more comfortable financially. Oh, cool. Been in a happy, loving marriage. I've been not drinking, not throwing away money. And just in general, I've been focusing on the positive in my life. And it's like, it's really great. Like, it seems so simple, but just doing more of what I enjoy and taking care of myself is like really decrease the stress levels significantly. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, I mean, everyone on this channel knows that I'm 1000% behind Bernie Sanders and the Medicare for All. I think that's going to make a lot of the stresses that people have about healthcare go away. I do, like, at my core, believe that it's going to happen within my lifetime, that this country can't keep treating its citizens like they're expendable pieces of garbage. Take their taxes, take their work, take their Social Security and toss them to the curb as soon as they get sick. But we're not there yet. Yikes. Even though I have insurance now, I'm still, like, desperately terrified of getting sick. Because I have seen how quickly it can get bad. This guy's just in here holding his gun out. Are you fucking kidding me? That hit me? Exactly. I mean, you know, it's weird though. Like, my mom has worked with it. She's seen people basically die from being unable to afford to pay their medical bills. And I had to talk her through convincing her that Medicare for all is a good thing. Just because, you know, she kind of feeds into the propaganda. She's scared of the word socialism. Is this buzzsaw gonna kill it? No, okay. Yikes. The moneyed interests have really done a great job of having a smear campaign against people's best interests with things like Medicare for all. Ooh. Oh, are you kidding me? Kill him quick! No, you stupid R2-G2! You could have fucking killed him. He just stopped shooting. Yeah, those places are craters at this point because of the great beast that is socialized medicine. God damn it. Starting to feel like I'm not going to be able to make it with Polaris because of one goddamn enemy. Yeah, I saw that hit happening, and there's two things about that. One, I wouldn't have been using, like, basically as weak as a starter of a gun. Two, I wasn't as concerned about it because I just lost my my situation. Oh no, it's not. It's the fucking like that I'm pissed at. But R2-G2 could have kept shooting, and it would have been neat. Also, I'm having a really hard time killing enemies with this super weak gun right now. What's up, baby? You can say stuff.
What?
You can say stuff. You don't have to just come in and
Stare?
just open the door and then not say anything.
I did say something.
What'd you say?
I said I thought I'd just come in here and stare for a while.
I mean, like, that was after I said something to you. What's up? Roddy and Kyle say hi.
Hi.
No, people's fear of the word socialism is just like a decades-long campaign of propaganda against it. They associate it with Nazism and National Socialism because they just hear the similar word being used. They don't want to be educated about it. They just want to writhe around in fear. They want a boogeyman. Like, the same people that are, like, against socialized medicine will often then go on to, like, crowdfunding things to pay for hospital bills if it happens to them. They think they're safe until there's nothing they can do about it. Oh wow, it's not. This is a boss open. There's a tweet that I keep seeing that is like a very, very good quote on it. It's like, people need to realize that they're infinitely closer to being homeless than they are to being a millionaire. And they need to stop thinking that it's going the other way for them, that the change is right around the corner for them to being a millionaire. They need to start fighting for their side of in this class struggle. And it's like the most clear-cut way you can put it. Like, it can take one bad event for the average person to be bankrupt because of the exorbitant costs of healthcare. And it's fucking insane that people will still support the mega rich over their own interests just because they think they think that there's a chance that they're going to be the wealthy too, and they don't want to have to deal with the kind of taxes that the mega rich will have. Like, it's fucking mind-blowing. Like, Jackie and I hit a savings milestone for the first time recently, and even that is like, it's like 6 or 7 days in the hospital. It's even less if I didn't start paying for insurance. Ugh, that was close. Yeah, I've seen pictures of, oh man, I can't remember his name. Like Chunk? No, it's not Chunk. It's, hold on, I gotta pause. I got pictures. Bundy. Ted Al Bundy. Oh yeah, the last thing he said, he's a little chonky, but he's a good boy. That's why I was assuming his name was Chonk. Ugh. God, my shoulder. This is not going to be a one cycle, Kyle, so you better, Roddy, so you better be ready for it. But yeah, that's exciting. I love cats. I love my dog too, but it always takes me a while with dogs. Cats, it's like automatic. Oh wow, that wasn't one cycle. I'm a liar. Hey Norio, how you doing? Hey, young boom boom. So we'll give this to Polaris. Oh, my head is hurting. It's too... And then we're gonna just blow up chests, I guess. Oh my god. It's a chipmunk killer? Hey, nice. Okay. Not too bad. Did you try to play any Final Fantasy today, Norio? Because I'm getting like the worst lag I've ever experienced in Final Fantasy. That was not worth it. Do you have Comcast or do you have a better internet provider? Oh, God. Why does my head hurt so much? I should probably take some head med. Yeah, we were in Pagos in Eureka, and dude, everybody that hates cats just hasn't owned a cat. It's as simple as that. Oh, I'm not gonna get any kills. Well, I'll get one kill in here. I fucking love cats. Even Africat is like finally started like warming up to me. It's all preconception. It's never the reality of cats. A brand new record. I read what was it? Like a write-up about the album Flood by They Might Be Giants, and I didn't realize how much of an impact that album had on 90s music. Wow, let me out. I loved that album growing up, but I thought it was like nerd music, which was totally fine in my book. But I didn't realize that it actually, so many people were so affected by They Might Be Giants. Fernando's a little bit like that. He loves physical contact. I mean, I think it's because he was like his mother abandoned him as a kitten. His mother abandoned him and all of his litter. Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing. It's a great and wonderful thing, you know what I'm saying? I actually am not very, I mean, I'm just not very showy of physical affection. It's like, oh God, no! Damn it. I don't avoid physical affection in any way, but like I grew up with my mom and my sister, and we weren't a very physical family. There wasn't a lot of touch. And I see it in like my sister too. She's not physically very close with her kids or her husband. Like, it's not, and it's not like she hates it or anything. It's just like, that's not the natural, you know, it's not the natural movement of her to sit super close to my niece and nephew. Like, I've seen other parents do. Like, for some people, it's just like everything in their body pushes them to be like as close to the people they love as possible. And it makes me feel bad a lot of the time that I'm not like I can't fall asleep cuddling. That basically is like murder on my fucking arm. And I'm always feeling more uncomfortable than I am comfortable. And it makes me feel like an awful person to even like think that my comfort matters more than being close to my wife or whatever, and it's like it feels shitty. But I cannot get a single moment's sleep if I try to sleep like that. I am your little glowing friend that I am. It's weird, right? There's some people who just like, who didn't grow up in a family like that, and it's like, it kind of always feels like they're in the wrong, because you see other people being so comfortable with it, with strangers, with everyone that, you know, every romantic part that they've had. Like, I'll hold hands and stuff, and I'll, you know, like, put my arm on Jackie's shoulder and stuff, but it's never something that just like kind of automatically happens, and I feel bad about it a lot of the time, which sucks. Who watches over me? Build a little birdhouse in your soul. While you're at it, won't you build a little birdhouse in your soul? Yikes, yikes, yikes! Man, fuck. This sucks. For a time, I was like angry at my family for, you know, not raising me to be more, to be closer in a physical way. I was like angry at my mom because, you know, early girlfriends, I was like kind of weirded out by, God, what am I doing? Stop trying to use the Polaris. I don't have like a lot of good boss weapons though. And keep the shoreline shipwreck free. And Polaris is like my biggest weakness in this game. I always am willing to keep trying with it. Even when it's already it's like way too late in the run for me to recuperate my losses. And then I just start taking a bunch of stupid damage because of it. Oh, why does my neck always hurt? Yikes. For me, it's not that I've ever thought that, like, the love wasn't there or anything like that. I've always been completely aware that my mom loved me and my sister very much, but it was never expressed physically, or it was infrequently expressed physically. It was pretty rare that we saw her love through, like, touch and stuff. Like, she would say it all the time. She would make sure that we knew that. But it wasn't, like, she'd pick us up and hug us and stuff. And it wasn't like she was averse to that. It just didn't come naturally to her. Man, I think it's because I sleep on my side. I don't know. My neck has been hurting a fucking ton recently, and I need to figure it out. I've been doing some new stretches to try to work it out, but I just started those recently, so I don't know if they haven't had time to kick in. It sounds like my mom's mom. It sounds like my grandmother. It took people a long time to see that about her, too. Did I get a lead gun? I think I did. I'll check in a sec. I've been exercising. I beat the main storyline of Ring Fit Adventure. I'm on to the new adventure, which is basically just like New Game Plus. I think it's the same levels, with a more positive instead of a kind of negative twist on it. The bad guy is now training you, so you have much tougher enemies you're up against. Oh God. It's great, dude, and like you can tailor it to different levels. You don't have to feel like you're like having it at such a high difficulty that you're actually like hurting yourself. I've like slowly worked to what oh God, he got one back. What for me is like a perfect level of difficulty. Blue canary in the air in the eye hut, who watches over me? Build a little birdhouse in your soul. I honestly think that Ring Fit Adventure is the best electronics purchase I made last year. It's gotten me into taking care of myself in a way that I didn't before, just through gameplay. Like, I bought, you know, Jackie got me those weights for Christmas. I bought some, and then she bought me the Bowflex ones. And I'm like, now I have an exercise schedule. I make sure that I'm exercising 3 or 4 days a week. Kind of rotates between the two. Kind of oscillates between the two. But it's great, and a lot of the pain that I was feeling, especially in my lower back, is like 100% gone. I got a new pain in my neck, which is an awesome way to replace it. But at least I'm feeling healthier. I've lost some weight. I've gained some muscle, and I don't feel like shit all the time. Like, I don't know. Whatever it takes to kind of to make you take the first steps, I think is great. And I tend to really like scheduling things out. I like organizing my time and my money and my et cetera, et cetera. So I have it like, we have a calendar up in the hallway, and I'm marking down which days I should exercise. And then that makes it easier because it's already written down. I can't skip out on it, not because anybody else is holding me accountable for it, but because I am. Just cut a few things out of your diet. That's all you got to do, man.